Hey you guys, happy Friday. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, going into the weekend, or already had an amazing week. Let's put it at that. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. If you guys are watching the replay, always let me know in the comments with #replay. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click subscribe right here with this button and give me a thumbs up if you find any sort of value in this video. So I want to teach you guys how I repurpose content and the best way to repurpose content. So why do you need to repurpose content? Because quite frankly, if you're only focusing on Facebook and Instagram for your business, only 3% of your following is now seeing your content. Why is that? Because advertising is the priority for their business. So what this means is that the organic reach on Instagram and Facebook, I mean, if you haven't realized this, I'm going to tell you right now, it is going down in the dumps, okay? The bell curve. It was like 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, and now into 2020, it's going down. And the reason for that being is because Instagram likes getting paid. Facebook likes getting paid, okay? So what are they doing in response to that? They're taking money from advertisers and then they're putting those pictures where your picture used to live. So that means that your posts are only being seen by 3% of your following on those time-sensitive platforms. But that's okay, because if you learn how to repurpose your content, you're actually going to be saving a lot of time. You're going to be on more platforms, and in turn, you're going to be in front of more of your ideal clients. So what does that mean? That means you're going to make more money in your business, which if you like making more money in your business, let me know in the comments, drop some dollars, drop something. So I'm going to teach you how I repurpose my content and how it literally saves me so much time so I can start working on the things that matter most, which is things inside of my business, and not worry about all of the vanity metrics and if I'm getting likes or comments on Facebook and Instagram. So you probably heard from other social media experts that you only need to be on 1 or 2 platforms. Okay, that's simply not true, because your ideal client lives on the platform that they like, okay? So what a lot of people do when they start their online business is they're like, I like Facebook, I like Instagram, I like YouTube, I don't like Pinterest, I don't like Snapchat, I don't like TikTok. So you form your online business around the things that you like, not what they want. And the problem with that is that your ideal client doesn't really care about what you like, okay? So if you're limiting by not being on all these platforms, or as many platforms as you can, you're limiting your online business, you're limiting your influence, and you're limiting your reach that you could be growing on social media. So that's why repurposing content is so important, because you do not have to be reinventing the wheel when you show up on social media. So a lot of people think, or they get intimidated, or they think it's going to take too much time when they're like, oh my God, I can't be on 6 platforms. And like, yeah, if you stare at a blank screen on every single one of the platforms, that is time consuming. That will take a lot of time. But if you repurpose your content, that's going to make this process so much easier. It's going to save you so much time, and you're going to make so much of a bigger impact. So you start growing your business, you start seeing the traction, and you get in front of your ideal clients on all these different platforms. So I'm going to try to think of it off the top of my head, but the platforms that I'm currently on. Okay, so I'm on Facebook groups, my top rated social media marketing Facebook group, Facebook business page. I have a Facebook page. So those are 3 already. Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, LinkedIn. I'm going to be on TikTok and podcasting, but I'm not going to include that yet. I'm on Twitter, and I'm probably forgetting one. It's like probably the one that I use the most. Well, let's just say I'm on like 8 platforms, okay? And you guys are probably thinking, oh my God, Kylie spends all of her time on social media. And I actually don't, okay? So I'm gonna teach you how I repurpose my content and make it so easy. I have it down pat where I can probably do it, not including the time it takes on the live stream, since that's dependent upon the topic that I'm talking about. But it probably takes me 30 to 45 minutes a day just to span across all those social media platforms. So this is what I want you guys to get out pen and paper and write this down. Okay, so when you start repurposing content, if you just think about it logically, like you can either start and staring at a blank screen, or you can take all of the information that you've already said on long form video and then go down. Okay, so think of it as like you're going down like a triangle almost. I don't even know what type of triangle that is. I learned it like in 3rd grade. over my head. So, you're starting with your longest form piece of content. And the reason you're going to do that is because that's where you have all of the information. You've already said it. It's already there, whatever. So for me, I pick Facebook live stream. So, hey, this is what I pick, what I'm on right now. And the reason why I do that is because not only do I deliver the content or the information that I want to deliver, but then I also see in the comments what you guys like from the live stream. So what I mean by that is you guys are telling me in the comments what you agree with, the quotes you like, etc., etc. So forms of longest form pieces of content can be it could be a podcast, it can be a live stream, or it can just simply be a video, or it can be a blog article. So think about like the most content that you have, the most value-packed content that you create. It's either like a couple paragraphs long or it's a video. So another reason why I like video is because you can take the video and you can repurpose it onto YouTube. And not only that, you can strip the audio from the video and you can put it onto a podcast. So you don't even have to re-record what you're saying in your video in order to put it onto a podcast. You'll see like Gary Vee does this all the time. Whenever he has a meeting or whatever, he just strips the audio and he puts it right onto a podcast. Just remember, okay, before I even get into the repurposing part, you want to make sure that you're tailoring the end user psychology of that platform onto how you're delivering the content. So what I mean by that is this. You're not going to post a picture onto a podcast, and you're not going to post an audio clip onto Pinterest because you post pictures on Pinterest, okay? So just remember that when you're tailoring your pieces of content, you're knowing how people absorb that content on those types of platforms. So like I said, you're starting off with a long form video. It can be a video, live stream, blog, or podcast, because that's your longest form pieces of content. From there, you're going to pull out quotes, video clips. You can pull out, you can screenshot and take pictures and like whatever people say in the comments, what they like, what they don't like, etc. You're seeing what your ideal clients like, pulling out those quotes, and you can recreate them for the platforms. Like I said, it has to deal with the end user psychology. So when I say recreating, this is the part where it's like, yeah, you can't just like take a live stream and like, that's it, and like expect all of the quotes to magically appear. You're still gonna have to do work in repurposing your content, but the whole point of repurposing is that you're not reinventing the wheel. You don't have to stare at a blank screen and be like, oh my God, what am I gonna post today? Because all you have to do is talk about one topic. And when you do that, you're just naturally going to have like many topics that you say, like bullet points that you say, and you can share that across your other platforms. So what I do is I start out with a Facebook Live, because I love when you guys interact with me on live streams. I can see what you guys are saying while I'm on live, and I will take bits like quotes. I can take screenshots, mainly audio clips and things that I say from my Facebook Live. I love screen recording too, especially if you have an iPhone. You can screen record for 15 seconds and post it on your Instagram story. So when I have my Facebook Live video, I will take this video and I will put it onto YouTube, because why not, right? YouTube is a search engine. When I do that, I'm reaching my following onto YouTube, okay? So after I'm done this video, I will take a screen recording of this video, which will be between 10 to 15 seconds long, and I will post it on my Instagram story. And I'm like, if you want to learn how to repurpose your content to save time, make more money in your business, and be in front of more ideal clients, swipe up. Especially if you have the swipe up feature, repurposing content is so important, because you can expand the people that are already following you on Instagram to start following you on LinkedIn, to start following you on Pinterest, start following you in your Facebook group, etc., etc. So when they're on your Instagram story, clicking through, they're going to see, your Facebook video. And if they're interested in joining your Facebook group, interested in watching the video on YouTube, they will swipe up, because you can provide the link there. Now, if you don't have a swipe up feature, you can simply put a poll and be like, if you want this video, or like, do you want to see this video? You can make a yes or no poll. And then when you can see who answers yes or no. And if they answer yes, you can send them a DM with the video link, okay? So that's just another easy way to interact with your following. So I know a lot of people use like I don't have swipe up, so my business isn't successful on Instagram. That's not true. Actually, your business just takes place in the DM instead of the direct swipe up feature. So after Instagram story, I make quotes for Instagram. So a lot of my quotes on Instagram don't really necessarily have to do with what I say inside of the video, but you guys can make quotes on Canva, and I will leave that link below in the comments, the Canva link, to create your own imagery. You can create quotes that you say, like, especially you see a lot of people that have podcasts do this. They'll always like do an audio clip in their posts, or they'll write a quote about like what someone said that was inspiring, or a tip that they said in their podcast episode or their live stream video. So that's another great way to repurpose the content, is always make sure you go back and you see what your people are saying. So Shaniqua just says, I never thought of doing it as a poll. So now that I know she liked that, and that's a piece of information that, like, not that just what she said, but probably a lot of other people are thinking too, I know to bring attention to that subject, okay? So you have your long form video. You want to start with your longest form pieces of content. Like I said, it can be a blog, video, live stream, or podcast, okay? From there, you are going to pull out what people like, what they're commenting, quotes that you said, tips that you said, and you're just going to share it around on your other platforms. Now, you need to create content still, but you're not reinventing the wheel, okay? So that's what people think, like, repurposing content is so amazing, is because you don't have to think about what you're posting about. You already said it, okay? Or someone else says it for you, right? Like Shaniqua just said, never thought about doing it as a poll. So I can create what I said about the poll into something for my Instagram story and be like, if you're interested in watching this video, swipe up. Or if you're interested in, listening on whatever, on my podcast, swipe up, like when I start my podcast. So you have your longest form pieces of content. You're breaking it down into quotes, like screenshots, screen recordings, et cetera, and then you're just sharing across other platforms. So when I do that on my Instagram story, then I create a Facebook post in my top rated social media marketing Facebook group. And I'll just be like, I'll say a quote or a tip that I said from this video, because like I said earlier in this live stream, 3% of your following is now seeing your content on Facebook and Instagram. This is a statistic. I didn't make this up, okay? So what does that mean? That means it doesn't matter if you have 20,000 followers. It doesn't matter if you have 30,000 followers, whatever. 3% of your following is seeing your content. So what does that mean? That means you need to prioritize repurposing your content onto other platforms so your following is actually seeing your content, okay? Another thing that this means is that just because you say it does not mean, and there's like a 99.99% probability that no one saw it. Not only no one saw it, or that they never saw it in their life, okay? So how you can battle this is you do it by repeating yourself. You do it by repurposing, because when you repurpose your content, you're giving, and another thing too, I'll go into this later, I scroll brain. When you repurpose your content, you're allowing the people that didn't get a chance to see it, maybe because of the algorithm, time of day, it's more mainly because of the algorithm, you're giving them a second chance to see it, because quite frankly, they didn't even see it in the first place, okay? And when you repeat yourself, you're allowing people to understand your vision, your viewpoint. And another thing too is that not everyone learns the same way. This is so super important to know, especially if you're an online business owner and you're creating courses. You need to tailor all of your courses, and this is how my Pinterest for Business courses run, to the 4 different types of learning: kinesthetic, audio, visual, and written, which means people learn in different ways, okay? Some people like reading books. Like I'm like the type of person where I like holding the actual book in my hand and reading a book. Like I can't stand Audible. Does anyone else, I don't know what it is. I just can't pay attention to what the person's saying, which is weird because I love podcasts. So with Audible, I just don't understand it as well as if I'm physically reading the book, which is kinesthetic learning, which is when you're actually doing the activities that you can write it down and you're physically holding whatever the material is in your hand, okay? So this is another reason why repurposing your content is so powerful, because your ideal clients aren't all on the same platforms that you love, which is why it's so super important to not just be on one platform, which is like whoever like started roaming around that you only need to be on one platform for your business, they're wrong. Scrap that, okay? You want to be on as many platforms as possible because of like the fact that I just said, people learn differently and they will go to the platforms they like, okay? It's not about us, it's about them. So they will go on Pinterest because they like saving ideas for inspiration and they like clicking to a blog and they like reading blog articles. So your ideal client could love like watching videos and they learn better from videos. They learn better from, you know, this one-to-one interaction. Maybe they want to be in your Facebook group because they want to ask you questions directly. Or maybe they like podcasting because they, you know, want to go on a run and they only have 30 minutes in their day to learn something. So always keep that in the back of your mind that you need to be on more platforms, not just for the fact that, especially on Instagram and Facebook, only 3% of your following is seeing your content, but because people learn differently. Okay, so when you like let go of that, like, oh my God, social media takes so much time, and you start repurposing your content, you're just going to allow your ideal clients to find you faster. Okay, and in turn with that, not only does repurposing your content save you more time, you're going to make more money in your business because you're not reinventing the wheel every single time you show up on social media, okay? So remember, you want to repurpose content because your following probably isn't seeing your content in the first place. And even if they did, they learn. It's not like I know a lot of people are like, oh, I already said that, I can't say that again. That was my biggest hang up when I first started teaching people. I thought I was being annoying. I thought I was being too repetitive. And I thought people were going to be like, I was like, oh, I said that like 6 months ago. I don't need to say it again. And it's like, yeah, even if you did say it 6 months ago, people probably forget. They probably didn't even see it. And they probably like don't even care that you say it again, okay? Because another fact too, a statistical fact, you guys know that I'm like a very logical person. Like I'm definitely into like manifestation, law of attraction, but I'm also like a really logical person when I go off of statistics. So it's like, it takes somebody 7 to 12 times to understand what you're saying, to know what you're selling, to be like, wow, I get it, etc. That's why repetition is so good for your online business, and why showing up consistently, which is a form of repetition, is so important for your online business. So I'm trying to see if I finished all, okay, so I didn't even finish all of my how I repurpose, but I want to get to your guys' comments and see what you guys have to say. So yeah, you guys are saying like only 3%. Yeah, it's crazy. So I know a lot of people are like battling this like Instagram algorithm. They're like, how can I get more viewers on my pictures, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you have to pay Instagram for ads. Like, unless you want to spend all day interacting with people on the internet, which like I don't personally have time to do, because I'd rather create courses, create workbooks that grow my online business and like get more speaking gigs for my online business. That's what I want to work on. Like, I love interacting on Facebook and Instagram, but at the same time, it's like I don't have 20 hours of my day to do that just to get a couple more followers. You're going to have to start paying Instagram and Facebook for advertising in order to grow your business. If those are the only two platforms that you're focusing on going into 2020, which I highly, 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 highly recommend against doing, because there are so many other platforms that are way better with engagement and are way more amazing than Facebook and Instagram. Two off the top of my head, actually 3: TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Okay, so Shaniqua says so many people don't pay attention to the different intelligences, and that's so true. And that's why a lot of people get discouraged when, you know, they buy a course and they don't feel like they learned enough from it. Like, the information could potentially be there, but the way that the instructor, which is the instructor's fault, they just don't deliver it in the right way. So that's not only one thing you can learn from your online business, but also know that when you're creating content for different platforms, you're showing up on social media to deliver your value to your ideal clients, the people that need your value the most. But fact of the matter is that not all of your ideal clients just live on Instagram. They don't just live on LinkedIn. They don't just live on Facebook. they're everywhere, okay? So you want to make sure that you target them by being on all these platforms, and it's easier to be on these platforms. It literally takes me probably 30 to 45 minutes a day just by repurposing content. And then she says, I love reading an actual book. Me too. I'm too ADD for Audible. I think I am too, to be honest. Okay, so she says, I so agree. I don't think one platform is for me. I have people reaching out from LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, haven't figured out Pinterest. I do have a Pinterest marketing course. I will leave that below in the comments. And I also have a lot of free trainings on YouTube. If you like to go to my YouTube channel, I will also, I know the people on YouTube are like, well, I'm already on YouTube, but I'll link some of those Pinterest trainings for you below in the comments just so you can get your feet wet. And if you really want to dive in for 2020, I will leave my Pinterest marketing course link below in the comments. Okay. And then someone texted me. Okay, awesome. So I just want to go over, I want to keep going with how I repurpose my content. So like I said, I start from a live video just because I like live streaming. I love interacting with you guys. It's easier for me to see what you like, what you don't like, etc. from my live stream videos, but you can start from a blog, video, etc. From there, I screen record, put it in my Instagram story, swipe up. If you don't have the swipe up feature, remember you can put in a poll, be like, do you want to see this free training that I just did? Yes or no. The people that said yes, you can see that in the data because they quite literally clicked yes, and then you can send them the link through Instagram, which is amazing. It works just as well as swipe up. If not, I actually think it works better because you can see who's actually interested in your content, okay? I actually think I'm gonna try that tonight. Because sometimes I love the swipe up on all of my stories. I'm like, swipe up, swipe up, swipe up. I might be a little annoying, but whatever. I just like, swipe up is just way too easy for me. So from Instagram story, I do the screen recording. You can also do a screenshot. It doesn't really matter. You just want to get your point across. You can even type in the quote and then be like, swipe up for more, or do the DM trick that I just taught you. So if you want to make an Instagram post, same thing. Make a quote. Pull a quote out from what somebody said. You can say, like, you can even do like a clip from the video and make it an IGTV. Just know that if you do Instagram TV, you have to flip the phone the other way. So I have mine horizontal because I'm putting this on YouTube. Okay, I prioritize YouTube over Instagram TV because YouTube's a search engine, and quite frankly, YouTube is way better than Instagram TV. But if you wanted to do it on Instagram TV, all you have to do is just either make it square, or you can flip the phone vertical. And then if that's in your marketing strategy and YouTube's not in your marketing strategy yet, put it on Instagram TV. That's another amazing way to get your videos onto Instagram. So then I make pins onto Pinterest, which is amazing. Why? Because Pinterest is a search engine. So if any entrepreneur goes onto Google or Pinterest, because Pinterest is a search engine, all of your results from Pinterest show on Google. They're going to type into either the Google search engine or the Pinterest search engine, how do I repurpose my content to grow my online business? Okay, how do I repurpose my content? Hacks to repurpose content, like repurposing content for entrepreneurs. My picture with the link, so every picture, every pin on Pinterest has a link attached to it, okay? So when they search for it and my pin comes up, it's an embedded link that links to either my Facebook group, which is where this video is, or my YouTube channel, which is where this Facebook group is. Another thing too is that I can make an opt-in page. So I can start collecting email addresses. So I can be like, hey, did this free training, enter your email here, and I will send you the free video plus a checklist on how to repurpose your content. So then I get an email address in exchange for somebody getting value from this video. There's just like so many ways to go about it. This is just like the ones coming off the top of my head. So I can make up to like 100 images on Pinterest. Like if you use Canva, I'm gonna leave that link below in the comments, but if you use that, you can literally like and they already have like pre-made templates on Canva. So it's not anything where you have to stare at a blank screen again. It's like use the pre-made template, how to repurpose your content, post it onto Pinterest, okay? So Pinterest, and then LinkedIn, I will just, I will have this video from YouTube, and what I like doing so far is I like posting on LinkedIn, like what the struggle is like, how do I repurpose my content? In this video, I will give you my favorite way to repurpose content to make you more money in your business, because you're not only saving time, but you're also getting in front of more of your ideal clients, something along those lines. And then I'll leave the YouTube link on my LinkedIn. and then people can click from there, and then they can write comments on LinkedIn. They can go over to my YouTube channel, more subscribers, et cetera, et cetera. And then that same copy I have posted onto my Facebook business page. So, oh, and all of this, like while I'm doing all these things, Twitter is like, I just shared a Twitter. So like every time I do a Pinterest pin, every time I do a LinkedIn post, every time I do a Facebook post, there's an option. I don't know if you guys utilize this, but this is so amazing also for repurposing content for your business. A lot of social media sites have the sharing icons embedded in them. Now, remember the end user psychology. So that's why with Twitter, I don't really care, because Twitter is like Pinterest. Like you can post an unlimited amount of times a day, and the more the merrier, right? So when you go onto Twitter, like it doesn't matter how you're presenting the content. Like you can present it in a link, it can be a picture, it doesn't quite frankly matter. So whenever I post onto a social network, more specifically Pinterest and LinkedIn, I will press the share to Twitter picture thing. And I'll just add more hashtags, because Twitter now goes off of keywords and hashtags, but I still add the hashtags anyways. So I think the biggest thing to keep in mind with repurposing content is always make sure that you're remembering the end user psychology on the platform that you're repurposing to. So like I kind of just said, I add more hashtags when I'm reposting onto Twitter, because that's literally where the hashtags started, right? So remember, you can't post audio clips onto Pinterest, and like you can't post a picture onto your podcast. So the easiest way to repurpose content, I'm going to wrap this up. So if you guys have any more questions, let me know in the comments before I sign off. So Shaniko says, I didn't know Twitter uses keywords. Yeah, they actually do now, which is crazy, because the only reason why Twitter is one of those things that's kind of like share. I don't really go on it to create original content unless I'm creating a post for my Facebook group, LinkedIn, or Facebook business page, which is another way to repurpose content. You probably see that. I'm not the only person that does that. A lot of people do that, is they'll create a Twitter quote and then they'll like screenshot and then they'll share it all around. So I do that as well. And that's another easy way to repurpose content, is making quotes on Twitter. So I think like the AMAs were all on our summer award show, and I was like searching for something happened and I missed it. So I was like searching on, what was it? Oh, I just like put in like American Music Awards, and the like search populated, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like it goes off of keywords now and not just like hashtag like AMAs. So like I said, if you want to start repurposing your content because you want to be on more platforms, because you're realizing that people learn in different ways, that's the whole point of repurposing content, okay? It's not about us, it's about them. Not about us, it's about them. So what does that mean? That means that we need to be on multiple platforms, because our ideal clients are waiting for us to show up on those platforms. People learn differently than we do, okay? There's 4 types of learners: kinesthetic, audio, visual, and like written type of learners, which means video, audio, blogging, you know, all the things, like holding something and being like this. So just keep that in mind. Like you're repurposing content because you want to grow your business, and it's the most strategic way to grow your business, because you're actually going to save so much time, and you're going to be on so many more platforms, and you're going to be in front of way more of your ideal clients because you just took the time to share the content you've already produced. That's it. That's what repurposing content is that you're sharing the content you've already created. I already made this video. What do you think I'm going to do after I made this video? Everything I literally just told you inside of this video, okay? If you don't believe me, go to my Instagram at Kylie_Francis, go to my LinkedIn at Kylie Francis, and go to my, Vibe Tribe Social Media Marketing for the Online Entrepreneur. Everyone watching live's already in it, but if you're on YouTube, go look for yourself. Like, I'm already doing this. So it's like, you guys know this, like everything I teach you guys is because I've already tried it. I've been doing this for like years now, and it works amazingly. So that's what I'm telling you guys to do. Start with your longest form piece of content and go down. It's easier to start big and like pull quotes and like go down than starting from like one word, like Pinterest marketing, and be like, oh my God, like how do I go like up? Like how do I make like 5 quotes about Pinterest marketing, right? And then from there, it's like, okay, now I need to make like 10 live streams. And it's like, you can do it that way, but it's not really, it doesn't have to be that exhausting. Start with one topic, one thing. For example, this was how to repurpose your content. Pull quotes from what people are saying throughout your video. And if you don't have anybody on your video, which is highly likely, that has happened to me, I don't want to say thousands, but hundreds of times. And if no one's saying anything, then just rewatch it and like pull things out that you actually said where you're like, wow, I can't believe I said that. Because that happens to me a lot. I don't use notes for my live stream. So I like go back and rewatch. I'm like, I forgot that I even said that. So then you can start writing things down that you even said. And then when you do that, you can share it around. Another thing that I want to add too is that if you are on YouTube, YouTube transcribes your videos for free. Okay, it's in the settings. So if you want to start blogging, you can, and this is like what I'm going to do. I haven't started it yet, but I'm going to do it this month. You can transcribe all of your YouTube videos. So like you upload onto YouTube, all of your videos transcribed for free. And then you have what you said inside of that video. And then if you don't feel like, because there's probably like, I say like a lot. I know that's something I'm trying to work on. But if you don't want all of those words in there, you can just, hire somebody on Fiverr or however you say it. I know I don't even know how to say that. It's like tomato, right? Go on that platform, hire somebody, a virtual assistant, and have them make it a blog article for you. And then you can even put that onto LinkedIn. You can start publishing articles on LinkedIn and you can start it on your own blog. Repurposing content is actually really fun because once you realize that social media can be fun by taking advantage of the content you've already produced and let go of, oh my God, I don't want to be repetitive. I'm scared people are going to get bored of me. I'm scared of this, that, Trust me, I know those fears too. That's how I know that they exist. I always thought that if I said it once, I'll never have to say it again in like the rest of lifetime, okay? That's not true, okay? Because there's a high probability that people didn't even see what you said, which is okay. Because then you can say it again. Say it 3 times, say it 4 times, spread it around like 10 different social media channels, whatever floats your boat. But just know that repurposing content is an option for your online business. And it's going to 10x your online business because you're getting in front of more people that want to hear what you have to say. Okay. So Shaniqua says, wait, hold on. What's the free transcript? So YouTube, when you upload videos onto YouTube, because it's SEO based, they can like literally transcribe your videos and they do that for SEO reasons. So that's why when you start a YouTube channel, you want to make sure you're saying what you're actually talking about inside of your video because YouTube is pretty smart. So one of the options that they have is for them to transcribe your videos, which just simply means that they are taking what you're saying and they're writing it out and then they give it to you like on a piece of paper for free. Now there are other transcription sites on the internet where they do like 10 or 30 cents a minute. Like, so if this video was 30 minutes long, it would be like, okay, every minute it's 30 cents for them to transcribe it. But I'm telling you guys that YouTube has a free option for you guys. So yeah, that's all I had to say for the day. I already wrapped this up, so I'm just going to log off. But if you guys have any questions watching now, replay or YouTube, let me know in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube and you absolutely love this video, go ahead and click subscribe right here at this button to stay tuned for more. Give me a like, share it around with your friends. And okay, Shaniqua says, I know Facebook does that as well. When you upload your video, I didn't know you can download from YouTube. Okay, awesome. Facebook does it too. Also, guys, if you guys have any other tips that I might have forgot because I just like rip off the top of my head, let us know in the comments. This is why I created this channel. It's for everyone to learn from each other. So, and if you guys have any, there's my eyelash, knew it was going to happen. If you guys have any questions related to social media marketing, let me know in the comments because your question could quite literally and anonymously be the topic of my next live stream. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and I will see you guys on the next live stream. Bye guys.